One world. Is it possible? Close your eyes and imagine. You are flying through space, and with great effort and many attempts you succeed to grab onto the International Space Station. You find the airlock and open its door, and enter it. You engage the O2 compression function and watch the meter until the O2 level reaches 80%. You take off your helmet and notice you can breathe. You look for and find the Soyuz space vehicle, which is docked at the end of the ISS. And looking at the flight manual, you prepare to engage the rockets. Your only chance is to reach the Chinese space station. You count down from 5 and fire the rockets. But just as you think you've succeeded, the parachute which you mistakenly deployed has gotten hooked on the ISS. You are suddenly jerked back to the ISS, into which you crash. You shut off the engine and decide to take a spacewalk. To disconnect the parachute from the Soyuz capsule. You suit up and blow the hatch. You make your way to the front of the capsule and maneuver into position to use your power wrench to remove the bolt, which secures the parachute to the capsule, when suddenly the Soyuz and the ISS are bombarded by space debris, which has been flying around the Earth after two satellites collided to create a cloud of junk which you pass through every 90 minutes. The same junk has already destroyed the shuttle which had brought you and 3 others to space on a mission to repair the Hubble telescope. The power wrench is knocked free from your grasp. You give up and return to the Soyuz. You decide to improvise. You grab a fire extinguisher and exit the craft, and use the fire extinguisher like a rocket to propel yourself toward the Chinese space station. Somehow you manage to grab onto the Chinese space station, enter it, and make your way to its remaining Soyuz capsule. The crew had already evacuated, in the same way the crew of the ISS had done. You again undock from the space station and fire the rockets. You start your re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. Wow, what a good movie. I was left with the feeling that for all people as individuals, what is important is not our country's success as much as international cooperation and standardization, as without it, the heroine in this story would have died for certain. The time for nations should be over. If we want to solve the world's problems and achieve world peace, we need to stop wasting precious resources on arming our nations and find a way to join up as a world and use the resources to really solve our problems together. At least in case of the ISS, we are making efforts to do this.